What's up, grade, eighth grade? Mr. Catlin here. I've got to go and run and get my tablet that I left on one of the desks. I'll be right back. There it is. Okay, I found it. Here we go. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. So I'm out of breath. No, not really. We have lesson 5 here, and we're looking at these best fit lines and describing the trends in the scatter plots. And what we learned today was that when we're trying to draw these lines to make match these trends of dots, we have some people that might meet some of the criteria, like Elena here, but whenever we have to decide if this is a good line or not, there's something that she's missing. She says, "I think this is a good line because half the points are above, half the points are below." And the question is, do we agree with that? Well, she's only really hitting 3 of the dots, so that's one of the bad things. This is not hitting very many of the dots. It doesn't go through very many. But if we go back to our notes, I think I still have it pulled up here. Our notes from today. In our own words, we described what makes a line fit data set well. And one of the things that we talked about was you need to have the equal amount of dots on each side of the line, like she did. She did in that example. You need to make the line touch as many dots as possible, which she had 3. It's not too bad, but here's really where she dropped the ball. The slope of the line needs to match the trend of the dots. She did not do a very good job of that. So let's look at the problem there. The slope of the line here, she's got a positive slope, right? So this being positive does not match the trend of what the dots show. The trend of the dots is showing a downward trajectory, whereas you can see it should be trending kind of down this way, right? So a better line would have been a negative slope, and that's what we're going to write here. So we agree? No. We're going to say the slope of the model needs to match the trend of the dots. Does not do that. She doesn't do a good job of matching the trend of the dots, which are going downhill. Now, Noah does a good job of that, right? He's matching the trend, and he feels like, hey, I got a pretty good fit because it passes through the leftmost point, which is here, and it passes through the rightmost point. So he's like, that's going to make a good line for me. And that's not a bad place to start when you're drawing the line. That's usually going to help you show the trend. But if you look at what Elena did well, Noah did not do very well, because if you look at number of dots on each side, Noah's got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, and all of the others below. So Noah is really over estimating all of the dots in the model by getting so high on the trend line. His line probably needs to be dragged down and translated down a little bit to maybe go through a lot of these here and try to get the same amount of dots on each side. So do we agree with him? No, we don't. That's not how we set up a line of best fit. It's not about farthest left to farthest right. The part where he messed up is Noah doesn't have nearly the same amount of dots on each side of model. If we wanted a better model, then this line needs to be shifted downward a little bit to where there's more dots above it, because right now the below dots are really outweighing the above 4 that are on it. And by shifting it down, you could probably hit more dots too. Like you could hit maybe 1, 2, 3 if you shift it down there, and then you'd have much more balance. Or maybe even shift it down to this point and go through that grouping there. That's going to hit a bunch. So lots of better options than the one that he drew to get a better model for this. But the main thing that he missed out was that equal dots on both sides. That's all I got, guys. I'll catch you later. Don't forget to get that homework done for this week.